All right, so on page 8, example number 3, they ask us to find the GCF again. So you'll notice for in this example, both part A and B, the numbers are quite big. So I'm going to do one part A. B is, again, really big numbers. You can give it a try, but if you can do A, I think that's good. So you can pause the video right now and try and see if you can do part A on your own and see if you can get the answer. And then you can continue to watch if you got the right answer, or you can stay with me right now and we can go through it together. Okay, so the same idea here. And again, these numbers have gotten big, and some of them I can't really think on top of a number, the two numbers to break them. So I'm going to go ahead and try the table method for them. Well, some of them at least. So with like 245, I know because it ends with a 5, this can be divided by a 5. So when I divide by 5, it will become 49, and that can be divided by 7, and that works out great because now my prime factors for 245 are 5, 7, and 7. And it's okay if it's taking you a little bit longer, and it's okay if you're using a calculator to do the division. That's perfectly fine. Okay. And then 315 is another number that ends with a 5, so that will also be divisible by 5. So this goes by 6 and 3, 63. And then this can be then divided by 3, right? And that will give me 21. That can again be divided by a 3, gives me a 7. And then by a 7 gives me 1. So that's one way of doing it. You may have started it by dividing by a 3, which is also works. But that's another way of just doing the same question. So again, if I organize this a little better, so it goes by 3 times 3 times 5 times 7. And the last one, 770, I feel like I want to do this by the tree diagram because I know this can be broken down as 77 times 10. Okay. And then again, 77 is easy because it's 7 times 11. So this just makes sense to me. And then this again gets broken down by 2 times 5. Okay, but you could have easily have done this by the table method and it would have worked out the same numbers as well. The point I want to make here is that you don't need to stick to one method. Any method that you can think of at any time is what we need to be doing, and that's how we do math. We don't just go by one method that we learn. We learn lots of different methods, and when our brain says this is what is easy for me at this point, we use that method. Okay, so let's see if something is common in all three. So I see a 5 here, here, and here. So they kind of spread out, but I'm just going to say, okay, right here. This 5 is common in all of them. And then I also see there's a 7 that is common in all of them. You don't need to write it like that, or make circles like that, but I just like doing it. It's just a habit. So that means 35 is my GCF. Okay, so that means the biggest number that can divide both all three of these numbers would be 35, and that's my answer. Now, if you want to try part B, which are even bigger numbers, but you can give it a try, and the answer for part B is going to be 57. So give it a try and see if you can get that answer. Again, at any time you don't know how something is done, you have other options. You can go into the teacher solution manual where it's all worked out on Moodle. You can also check out the videos which are embedded in the lessons itself, like I showed yesterday. And if you don't remember that, again, ask me in class tomorrow and I can tell you where to find both of these resources. Okay,